and these next two are going to get really interesting because a lot of people, I feel like, really discover their skin fix journey here. This is 2 ounces of the Eczema Balm, and it comes home tonight for $22. This is something I feel like every medicine cabinet in America should have between this and the ointment that we have coming up later on. This is something that's based off of a, is it what is it, 140?
140 from 1870. Yes, 140 years old, give or take a few years.
Yeah.
But this is a formula from 1870. What are we talking about? This is the formula. This Eczema Balm is truly what started the Skinfix brand. So what's at the base of this is a formula from 1870 that was created by a compound chemist, really a pharmacist, in Yorkshire, England, at a time in the world when synthetic ingredients did not even exist. So when his patients came in with skin irritation, skin rashes, sort of what is this happening on my arm, he used the best of Mother Nature to develop a formula that would heal the skin. The formula was passed down through his family, and our CEO and founder, after 25 years in the beauty industry out of Manhattan, discovered this formula, had never seen anything like it, had never seen the ingredient profile, had never seen the efficacy. There were hundreds of handwritten testimonials, and bought the company based on this little tube of 2 ounces of magic. Because that's how dramatic this is. This is a spot treatment that tackles eczema, dermatitis, extreme dry skin, chafing, rashes, all without steroids. That's the magic, all without steroids. So when you hear me describe those things, maybe the first thing that pops into your mind is hydrocortisone. Well, we actually just did a clinical study, which we're super proud of because it was just published in a dermatologist journal of peer-reviewed dermatologists, that proved equivalency of this 140-year-old formula with hydrocortisone. So if you have hydrocortisone in your cabinet now, this is such a better, cleaner choice, non-steroidal choice, and quite frankly, more effective choice than what you're currently using. Oh, absolutely.
You know? And I think when I say aggressive, I don't mean that in a positive way, like, oh, that's going to treat so much faster.
No.
This is something that it's instantly soothing that area where I feel like with other alternatives, you're playing that waiting game and constantly applying ingredients that you can't pronounce, but you're also not sure why they're in the formula to begin with.
Exactly. The way the way hydrocortisone works and steroids work is they break down your skin barrier. That's why you can only use them for 7 days. That's why if you're under 12, you have to ask your doctor. This does the exact opposite. Remember, Skinfix is all about building the skin barrier, building up that healthy skin. So when you have the extreme rashes, when you have an eczema flare-up in the crook of your arm, when you get dermatitis back here or on the back of your elbows, when your ring is causing irritation. So much jewelry, I don't have it on tonight, but my watch sometimes does that when I get water under it. When you have those flare-ups and you immediately need it healed, soothed, calm, this is the one to reach for.
And I've actually, speaking of wearing jewelry, I have like the most sensitive ears on the planet. I've used that on my earlobes a lot of times with earrings that have given that. And so I think this is one of those things that as you start to recognize the symptoms that your family may be having, which a lot of times we get different ones now, we get different ones when the weather is cold. It's kind of nice to have a spot treatment here. And while it's 2 ounces, the consistency for this is kind of crazy. Like I just put some to warm up on my hand, but just this little dab.
I'll actually use a minuscule amount. This will last.
Goes so far.
Because remember too, this has no water. Part of the appeal of the formula when Amy bought it was that this is anhydrous balm, and what anhydrous means, it's waterless. So every drop of ingredient in here is in there for a purpose. There are no fillers, there are no water. There is nothing weighing this down. It is pure power dealing with the toughest skin irritations out there. This is a huge derm product. They love this one. Here are some of the powerhouses within it. Colloidal oatmeal. Okay, 2% is literally double any other colloidal oatmeal product that you might find on the market. Why that's important? It's the only FDA ingredient that's monographed or approved, if you will, for the itching and irritation associated with eczema and dermatitis. Zinc oxide, that's what gives it the white color, is an extremely nutritious ingredient that works on rashes and calming inflamed skin. Sweet almond is our sweet almond oil, another anti-inflammatory that is the best for soothing itches. When you have those rashes and they're itchy, it's the sweet almond oil that's getting in there. And then allantoin for minor cuts, scrapes, and burns. These are just some of the ingredients that are in this balm. Again, you can pronounce them all. They're all from Mother Nature, and they've been in for 140 years because they work.
Absolutely. And you know, the other thing, speaking about itching right now, we went to the Bay a couple weekends ago with our very dear friends, and they live in this wonderful woodsy area. But because we live in the city, it's like I've almost forgotten what mosquito bites are.
Oh, yes.
And I didn't realize after that weekend, I'm like, oh my gosh, my skin is so itchy. And this is something probably for that I could have spot treat to kind of help soothe that urge.
Absolutely.
To do that.
You can.
What about, I don't know if you can tell me this, what about poison ivy? Is that something you should consult your doctor on?
You should.
Okay.
In fairness, one of my daughters just last week had some interesting bumps that we self-diagnosed as poison ivy. I admit I'm not a physician or a pharmacist, but we did put this on it. So, you know, take that for what it's worth. But, you know, this is the one, if you have eczema, you know you have eczema, and you can put this on. But there are so many people that don't know they have eczema. They have rashes, they might have certain small blisters, they might get irritations. You've never been officially diagnosed with eczema or dermatitis. Use this on that. And then there's those people who are just sensitive. If they come in contact with the wrong detergent, if they come in contact with the wrong cosmetic, they come in contact with the wrong metal and jewelry, or bug bites or mosquito bites, or, you know, who knows what's out there in Mother Nature, they're just sensitive. This is the one you want to be reaching for to soothe and heal and calm the skin.
And again, it's improved by the National Eczema Association.
It is.
So that's another thing that when you shop anything from Skinfix, that's really exciting and just kind of giving you that peace of mind.
Exactly. So we do have the National Eczema Association seal of acceptance right on the front. Again, the most rigorous eczema body out there in 2018 is approving and putting their stamp of approval on a 180-year-old recipe. That's how crazy good this is.
2 ounces to spot treat the really extreme areas that you're not using a lot of. I mean, this is one of those things that I bet if you put in the medicine cabinet years from now, you're like, we still have that?
Yes.
Feels like we use it every day.
I know.
And yet it's $22 to bring it home. It is a 357-397. Here's how we started the show, and this was really popular. It's the first time we've ever had this duo on,